still has the mindset of that time where he feels he owns the woman and owns the child and owns everything in this house, because that's why when I see him, he's got his arms wrapped around that little table, like, this is mine.
Okay.
This space is mine, this property is mine, these people are mine, and that is why the woman and the child are having a hard time leaving. I see they want to leave, and I see that they've tried to leave, but they're still pulled back into here.
Now, I've read a lot where one spirit is afraid to move on because of any repercussions. They've made their own hell, in a sense.
Yeah.
And that they've held back other spirits because of that. I don't know if you get that at all.
I felt like he was sexual with the woman and or the child, because again, about the mindset of owning the woman and owning the child and owning anything that they had in their possession. And so he took advantage of the situation.
Okay.
So that's another reason why they're afraid. Once you've conditioned somebody in that regard that you own them and you can do whatever you want to them, it's almost like brainwashing, where they felt like they can't leave. And even if they did leave, it would cause them so much anxiety they would come back.
Yep. Okay.
To feel more comfortable. So that's battering relationships are a lot like that still today. So this is
do you need the light on?
No, thank you.
This incense is a representation of Metatron, Archangel Metatron, and he's here with us right now, helping, and he's smiling at all of you and saying hi. And then I'm just going to let you hold that.
I'll hold it.
And so he's helping change the energy around. And I feel like talking to Catherine, either the lady and the little girl live basically in this closet, and I don't feel good about the closet in the baby's room, so that feels more like the male energy is staying in that closet, because I feel so bad about this crawl space, as I don't get a good feeling about the closet crawl space in the baby's room. So I feel like that's the male energy. I also feel like this isn't part of what was here before. I also feel like that wall in the hallway wasn't there before, so I feel like this was more, or it was different in there would have been a doorway right there, just kept going through. It was different anyway. It's not like it used to be up here. So I was gonna light some sage and go around. So what I'd like is that while the sage is burning, and we're all on the same wavelength, frequency, or vibration, however you want to say it, we're all saying that there's a better place to be, and we're asking all of the spirits to leave this, and the men especially are asking the man to release the woman and the little girl, and that there's a better place for him, and first thing, to forgive himself for any wrongdoings he may have done, and that he's already forgiven in love. He's already forgiven, and it's time to move on. So I feel like that the table needs to be out of the house, and so as your male presence, I'd like you to take the table and put it out in the garage and not bring it back into the house, because that's symbolizing he has no power here any longer, and it's important that you do that. And the little girl and the woman basically I feel like are in this room, and that they're leaving. They can leave now. The reason that the man came rushing in here in an angry way is that this is the woman's quarters and the child, and he had total control of what was going on in here. And then all of a sudden a new woman showed up doing whatever you felt like doing in here, and you weren't in his control. So he was imprinting anger, thoughts and feelings on you so that you would leave. But you didn't leave, and you're not going to leave. So this is your space, so if you could take that tape. So we're just gonna continue through here. So the woman and the little girl I feel a lot lighter in this room than in the baby's room. Even the closet, it bothers me a little bit. I can feel some negativity around the closet. But the energy is different in this room. Do you feel it too?
Yeah.
So basically in the maid's quarters and the baby's room. And you may even think about bringing the baby into this room.
Yeah, he sleeps with us. We
Okay.
never put him back in there anymore. Except for a nap. I don't even like doing that.
Because the male entity lives in this closet. And he considers this his space.
So does he consider him his baby?
I think he doesn't consider him his baby, and he doesn't mind so much the baby. He just considered it his space, and you came into his space, and that's why he, you're not supposed to be here in his eyes, because this was his space, and especially this closet area. Can anyone else feel the energy around the closet?
I don't.
I don't like the closet. I've always felt bad by it. That's why it looks like that, because I just throw stuff in there and close it really quickly.
Yeah, because this is where he lives.
Yeah.
That's why you were feeling that way. So he thinks that you're in his space and you think he's in yours. But he's forgiven for any wrongdoings.
I do feel it the closer I
This-
get to it.
This closet space no longer belongs to you. The house is filled and surrounded with light. You have gone. We thank you for leaving. And you are forgiven. I keep getting tingles in the right hand side of my head when I came up here in this area.
This is the room I get dizzy in the most.
Yeah. So he's trying to get you to leave, that's why, but he's not here any longer, and we're thanking him for leaving. And the woman and the child are already gone, they left first.
Okay.
And the table is out at the house. The garage isn't attached, right?
It's not attached.
Okay.
Do I put this in this room?
You can put it in each corner of every room. So I feel like we've cleared this area. And now I'll go outside and do the offering and the blessing outside. I'm gonna leave this incense burning in here.
Go to this room. Monica, she said this is sacred mountain oil.
Sacred Mountain Oil?
Yeah. That's what she said. Put it in the corners of the room.
It's smells good.
It does smell good.
So this is a representation of Metatron, the Archangel.
So he's a protector or a.
Yeah, he's the right hand side of God. He's
It's the voice of God.
He's the voice of God. And he, let me go on that. He, no. So he's very powerful. Can we leave this burning up
Yes.
here on the? And I left you another stick of it too, so if you feel like burning it. And so then we'll just go outside and give the blessing and offering near the well. When we were up in the upstairs room, the stairs come down from the floor upstairs, down through here, and this is where she would have gone up and down. And Catherine, did you want to say what you saw in the
Yeah,
kitchen?
it was about midnight. I didn't tell Glenn about it because I thought it was playing. Eyes were playing for fun. But I came out of here. Well, I was standing right here, and I'm getting ready for bed, close to midnight, and just right here I saw a black like cape, but I didn't see a head. Just a black, just like standing there, just like just the cape. And then I just kind of went, and it was gone.
So when we were upstairs talking, I had told her that the woman wore a black cape, and that's how she was able to connect the fact that the maid came down through those stairs down into the kitchen, and she would have had that black cape on because it was cold in the morning.
Yep.
And to do her work before everyone else got up.
We were wondering where the original stairs to this house were. So
They weren't allowed to go in the people's space, so they could only go in the kitchen to do their work and then go back up to their quarters. So that would have been her area.
Okay.
The landlord
For
told me
free.
that a construction person told her that there were original stairs here. Because when I told her that, she was like, "Oh, you know." And then Henry was sitting here, right in this chair for breakfast one morning, and he was pointing over here, and he said stairs, and he said up, down, up, down, up, down. And Glenn and I were just
So
like,
awesome.
we were just, the hair, I was just like,
Yeah, I just got chills.
Because then, you said she goes up and down. So then when you just
So
told me
she
that.
told me that afterwards, so that was validation for me too. And then that's what I like about it so much, is because I could be thinking anything and not knowing if what I'm thinking is actually what was going on. So it's awesome to be able to validate that with you. And then with Henry, he's how old?
2.
2, and so he has no judgments about any of this. So he's able to say up, down. He's also talked to the spirits, and
He said baby, yeah.
he said baby. And wasn't there a toy besides? It feels like there's something about a toy. So I keep going back to that really old teddy bear.
Well, we had a ball the night they did the investigation, and that's when we got the male's voice say.
Yeah, he mentioned me putting down the balls.
He wanted you to put them down.
I mentioned I'm leaving the basketball by the door, and he said something to the effect of she's putting the balls down, or something to that effect. Yeah.
It sounded really angry, is what I got. Like, put the balls down, or something. No,
So again, it was the female. He's saying he owns the females because that's his train of thought back in the 1800s, whenever he was here. If you could check. It seems like somebody must be able to know who owned this house originally in the 1800s, someplace, if they could find that, so you'd have more validation. I'm sensing that the woman and the child, the woman lost her husband or somehow became indigent and didn't have any money or a place to stay, so came here to just have a home and be able to eat some food. And that he took advantage of her while she was here.
Was he married? Or was
I didn't sense any other people here.
Did you sense any church connection or anything?
Church.
Yeah.
So you feel like
reverend or something.
Maybe so you could look that up to see.
There was a church down the road. Yeah, Wesleyan Church
is still there, right?
I think it is still there.
And then where did their pastor live back in the 1800s? Did he live in the church, next door to the church?
We can look that up.
The house.
Or it could have been a caretaker or something. I just had a sense of connection to that church. I don't know.
that supposedly that white building where Karen? Oh, well, you don't know Karen. Karen's our neighbor. That white building with the truck, I think, is what
Wesleyan Church
was the church there.
So the church was near this house?
Yeah, you can look out the window and see it. The truck
Okay,
is
so
right
I
there.
bet that's probably what you're picking up on, maybe whoever was the caretaker of the church or the reverend of the time, because they will go around and then taking advantage of that situation too. So that would be really interesting to find out the history of that all. So we'll go outside now and just put a blessing on the property and leave some tobacco in respect to the natives that I'm assuming.
Must have traveled the area, yeah.
Yeah, because the river is so close.
Yep.
And the creek.
It's really close.
Yeah.
You can hear the water right at this time.
And
Actually,
show me where the
you
well
can see
is,
part of the
old well
waterway right
out
there with the
also.
tree.
Oh,
Okay.
The trees break right there.
Do you know which corner the well is in? I think it's on this
It's
corner.
really interesting.
I would have to go downstairs and take a
History.
look.
Yeah.
If you want to go downstairs and take a look, we could go. I'm not sure. It's got to be on this side of the house right here.
We hear it, over there.
I'm not sure if it's this corner or this corner, but I know it's from here back
So you think it's right in the house?
in the house.
Okay, so
The source came into the house.
and have you been down there?
No, I'll go down and take a look.
Do you not feel comfortable going down, or is it okay to go down there?
No, it's fine.
Okay, because I'm gonna go down.
Oh, I don't know if you can. Oh. It's tight space.
It's all space.
Yeah.
Well,
it's-
you can't stand up. You have to kind of do
Oh,
this.
Yeah, it's not really.
Oh. And what is that hole there for?
We don't know.
Looks like a cat door or
That's
something.
what I thought it might have been.
We thought
So then this back space was different,
yes.
if that's a cat
Yeah.
door.
Yeah, this had to have been different.
Radio porch.
So no one really can go down there?
No, our landlord goes down there. Glenn goes down there. I don't like going down there.
But the landlord's been down here like.
I've actually never been down there.
So you're picking up, instinctively you're picking up that there's negative energy down there.
Yeah, I don't like it, but it feels scary, and then it has spiders, and I don't like spiders.
I think
So-
the biggest thing is the spider.
Yeah, should I go down there? Would that help, or?
No, I'm not gonna go down there either.
It's
now
pretty
that-
tight.
Cause, yeah, I don't feel like comfortable going down there either.
So I'm just gonna look to see what the well is.
Yeah, we've lived here
What-
this long.
what-
I've never been down there.
The male energy just saying, this is no longer a pathway. This is no longer a pathway. If you could say that.
Oh, you're fine. Oh, you okay?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
So I think this is the sump pump, and I
Yep.
think that this is where the well originally used to be.
Could have been.
So can you guys both say this is no longer a pathway into the house?
This is no longer a pathway
Pathway.
into the house.
Thank you.
So that's the old, that's the, window.
No, we wouldn't go down there either.
No, I've never been down there.
So we can go outside
Okay.
while they're doing that. I didn't feel any negativity on the outside of the house.
No. His owner, his ashes are scattered along the fence.
Oh, I knew that. I knew that there was somebody buried out here.
And I just found that out. The landlord never told me that until recently.
So see, that's another thing to be bringing in with the ashes scattered on the property of the previous owner.
Was that Joan Godbrick?
The
That's
last owner.
another invitation.
Oh, I didn't know that would attract
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Is it just the proximity to the residence?
yeah. That's
It maintains the
another-
connection?
Right. That's another invitation to, for spirit.
Oh.
And this is where the tree was that got struck. Right before you guys came to do the investigation, you picked up on the tree energy one time when we were talking.
So there's a lot of messages being sent in light coming to the property. That specifically is a good representation of higher energy coming into the area. So where are the ashes scattered?
She said they were all along the fence.
So you might want to take some pictures along the fence too.
Oh, yeah.
And back there is where my son said, "Cat, night night."
Yep.
Back there, he said, "Cat, night night," and they buried, or the ashes are a mix of the landlord and her cat.
Wow.
Yeah, because she loved her cats a lot.
So